Hey, what's up, you fuckers? Just like jumping y'all, give you guys like a life update, what's been going on. For those of you guys that don't follow me on Instagram, I know get plenty of guys that you guys know my Instagram. You guys only know me from YouTube. This video is for you guys, just for kind of catch you up on what's been going on this past couple months. So okay, life update. Honestly, I don't even know where to start this. It's been so much that's been going on this past couple months, but let's just start off with let's see. Okay, my mom recently. My mom went in the hospital, right? Before we get into that, I just kind of want to explain me and my mom's relationship. It's not like your regular son mom type of relationship. The way I grew up with my mom is kind of different. So I'm the oldest, right? And I remember my mom back when I still had mom and dad in the house. I remember having a couple killer Christmases. This is the time where I still had birthdays, you know what I mean, birthday cakes and all that. But all of that kind of ended real quickly after the drugs, you know what I mean? Once crystal meth got involved, life changed really quickly, you know what I mean? At the time, I was too young to understand what was going on, but it went from, like I said, killer Christmases, loving house, to I'm not gonna get too much into it. The story is so long, but like, there was times we was living on the beach. We had Christmas at the beach. My mom had like these, you can go places and they'll give you free stuff for Christmas. And I remember it was like coloring books and stuff. And I remember it was Christmas Eve. I opened one up. I didn't like it. I was like, crowns, what I gotta do with crowns? So I ended up opening it all. And I remember my mom kind of getting pissed off, like, you fucking kid, who said you can open them all? And then I remember she gave me lickings. And then after, she was like, you know how bad I feel? You're not gonna open nothing on Christmas. Anyways, at the time we was living in Big Island. This was actually, you guys know the harbor, Pohiki, I think it's called, the one they're rebuilding. It was like before you get there, you had like, at the time I remember had like these trees that was growing on water. And I remember had like a bunch of reef and shallow reef, and I used to have choke turtles. But I remember the turtles used to have like all kind of foam shit on their back. But anyways, I'm getting off track as usual. My mom and dad started doing drugs, and started fighting a lot. My mom was, at the time, she kind of was like, she went and she started seeing all the guys or whatever. Damn, it was pretty crazy. Then she got back with my dad, but my dad just couldn't forgive her or whatever. And then, long story short, I was with my grandma from my dad's side. Came home, the house was burnt down, right? And my mom knew it was my dad, because he was always threatening, like, you keep hanging out with these people or whatever, I'm gonna burn down the house. And my mom said, if you ever do that, just please no burn my photo albums. All I like is the photo albums. So on the side of the yard, my mom found the album, so he threw out the album. So they knew it was my dad that burned down the house. Long story short, we ended up moving back to Oahu back when I was probably I was like, what, 5th grade. And at that time, my mom was trying. We always living with my grandma from my mom's side, Waianae Valley Homestead. She was trying, but she still was on the drugs, you know what I mean? And after a while, she just kind of left me, my sister, my 2 brothers, Kyoki, Jeremy. There was like 3, 4 at the time. At my grandma's, and then my grandma ended up raising me from 5th grade all the way up. But anyways, long story short, my relationship with my mom was always, I felt like left, I felt abandoned. So every time she would pop up in and out, you know what I mean? She was in and out, she was on the streets smoking and all that, just partying. I had like a lot of resentment towards her, and I guess it was just a cry out for attention at the time. I didn't understand, but we used to fight a lot, you know what I mean? It was to the point where, like, when my mom came over, my grandma made sure she stayed home, because she knew how much we would fight back and forth. Then as we got older, she finally got her own place, Section 8 or whatever kicked in. But at the time, I was already in high school. I kind of was comfortable living with my grandma in the homestead. And our relationship became to where my mom, she was always off and on. She had 2 more kids. If you guys watch the videos, I know you guys always asking who's who. The older 2, that's actually my sisters from another dad, but I took care of them. But my mom, when she first had them, she got clean from the drugs, but she always was smoking cigarettes and drinking or whatever. And then the cycle was she'd get clean and she'd get dirty. She'd get clean, she'd get dirty. So anyways, I don't want to get too much into it, but when I was like really young, she smoked something, like she smoked like on Bad Batch or whatever, and she fried her brains. And she was, long story short, my grandma found her, like she went for go take a shower. She'd always come by or whatever, but long story short, grandma found her in a closet naked and shit, like screaming for help, like she was super paranoid somebody's gonna kill her or whatever. It was crazy to try and get her under control. She was freaking out, like she was trying to run and hide and all that. I think I was in middle school when this was happening, but my grandma and my papa at the time, they put her in like these treatments or whatever. I forget what it was. But they helped her out. But I just remember that as a kid, that was pretty nuts. She would stare at the TV all day, and I remember one time, like, there was this commercial, I don't know, the bear just ate this fish, this salmon commercial, and my mom just started like screaming like, ah. And I remember being, as a kid, scared, like, what the hell's going on? But I would try and talk to my mom, and she wouldn't look at me, but she would just kind of like slide her hand and like feel my hand or whatever. But this was when I was in middle school. But anyways, long story short, she got clean, she got better. She went back with her boyfriend, had 2 more kids. Then she ended up jumping years later. How old was the kids? Maybe like 6, 7. She went back on the drugs, and then from there, me and Shyla, oh man, it was a very long. So I don't have to get too much into detail, but we stepped in. At the time, I don't want to really talk bad about nobody, but at the time, the dad was gone. My mom was fried, bro. Like, she got fried again. So I kind of knew what to expect. So she wasn't capable of watching the kids. The kids wasn't going to school. CPS got involved. Me and Shyla cleared everything up, took care of them. My mom, she had like affordable housings at Satellites, but they said that she had to move to Sunflowers. If you're from Waianae, you know Sunflowers is like the ghetto or whatever. So she was living in Sunflowers. She was fried, like all like. How do I explain fried? Let me explain to you what fried was. Damn, this is 8 minutes already. It's crazy. Sorry if I take it so long to get to the point. Honestly, I don't even know what I'm doing with this video. I just wanted to kind of like let you guys know, give you guys a heads up. But anyways, we moved her to Sunflowers. But this is the way my mom is. Like, she doesn't talk on her own. She stares off. She's like, she would say random noises, like people's names, like ska ska ska. She'll do that, and then I'll be like, "Mom, stop doing that." She'll be like, "Okay," or whatever. Or she can listen and follow commands or whatever, but she won't make her own decisions. She won't shower on her own. She won't make her own food. We'd have to go and tell her, "Mom, go bathe," or whatever. She'd always fight with us, or we'd have to make her plate, give them to her, and she'd just kind of like stare at her plate, and we'd have to tell her, "Mom, eat," or whatever. You know what I mean? I would come to Sunflowers, check up on her, and she'd be standing up. And she'd be standing up for hours, like her ankles would swell up and everything. And I have to tell her, "Mom, what the hell? Sit down." Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would come over, it'll be 4 o'clock in the day, and the whole house is dark, and she's just like staring at the ceiling on her couch, laying down. And I'll be like, "Mom, open some curtain. Like, what are you doing?" At that point, I just knew she couldn't live on her own. We had the girls, but I just felt bad, bro, because I would take her every weekend, right, to my house. But every Monday I would go and take her back to Sunflowers, and every Sunday when I tell her, "Kim, I gotta drop you off," she'd always give me like one, like she never let go. You know what I mean? I'm like, "Mama, you know, you're not supposed to be here." I was living at Green Gates at the time. They had rules, you know, people can't be staying over a certain amount of time. You're not supposed to live there. What about your house is Sunflowers? Like, you know, you like, it was a lot, but it was hurting me every time I dropped her off. So Shyla didn't want to get rid of the place. She was saying pretty much like, if, because I was telling her like, bro, just let my mom move in. Like, I don't give a fuck already. You know, I'm just tired of seeing. She kind of take care of herself. You know what I mean? So at the time, Shala didn't want that because she said if mom ever gets better, she's gonna lose like her Section 8 or whatever. And I was like, I don't even care about all that. My mom not ever getting better. You know what I mean? Fast forward a couple months later, Shyla agreed. My mom moved in, and I was at peace. And honestly, that was like that first spark with Shyla to where, because me and her, we I'm not even getting to me and her. We a lot of you guys say a couple goals or whatever, but we was toxic as fuck. But that was like the first spark that I was like, oh wow, that I know how much she never liked my mom move in with us. And honestly, they had their differences before. You know, like my mom used to drink all the time, and Shyla doesn't understand that when people drink, it's not always really them, you know what I mean? Like, people act silly, they say dumb shit. So, and Shyla's also, she holds grudges and all that. But anyways, my Shyla didn't like my mom, and she was still willing to let her move in. So I was relieved or whatever. Long story short, my mom is fried. They said, the doctor said she would never, ever, never, ever, ever, never be the same. She's always going to be like that schizophrenia. She's always going to need somebody to take care of her. Fast forward, we had her for about 7 years. We was taking care of her. Aubrey, and my mom always says this, Aubrey's the reason why she got better, because Aubrey would every day talk. As she got older, Aubrey can talk, and she would talk to her grandma every day, and she would make her, she wouldn't like, because my mom could talk, so she would just be like, grandma, like, you know what I mean? Like, grandma talking to you, and then eventually she's like, oh, what, or whatever. And constantly every day she was making my mom, she was making her grandma push her around the house, play with her, you know what I mean? And before she just, it's like the Toy Story when Buzz is just with all the Tea Party stuff. She's like putting all kinds of shit on my mom's head and all that, and she's just kind of like trying to play with her. But long story short, I noticed my mom started making like sentences, and she started like talking on her own. Oh, Shy, we need this soap, you know what I mean? And stuff like that. And I was just like, oh wow, you know what I mean? Like, this is kind of crazy. You're starting to form your own sentences on your own. She could always answer small kind little bit. Like, she knew what was going on. But this time she was actually talking, and then as time went by, things got better. I would come home, and my mom would be like working on the yard. She would be like helping me out, cleaning the yard and all that. And then got to the point where we started like having conversations with each other, and was actually like killer conversations. And we kind of got on like good terms, because for majority of my life, like, we was always fighting and stuff like that. You know what I mean? My mom, just real quick, let me tell you like a real quick, the relationship I have with my mom. Like, maybe I shouldn't, I don't know. My mom is more of a friend than a mom, you know what I mean? Like, I could have, let's just call it the pixie candy. I could have pixie candy that my friend at the time was trying to get rid of. And I looked at the pixie candy and I said, there's no way that this pixie dust candy is $20. It's so small, there's no way. Let me ask my mom real quick. And then my friend will be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Don't ask your mom. I was like, no, she's cool. Show the pixie dust candy to my mom, and she's like, no, this is about $20. And then that's just how my relationship with my mom is. Just, she's more of a friend. But anyways, now that she's getting better, I'll talk to my mom every day. She lived with me, and we was kind of rebuilding our friendship, I would say relationship. We was rebuilding our relationship, and it was nice, bro. It was nice for her to be helping out and listening to me talk, and just being there was really nice. You know what I mean? If I needed something done, she would try her best to do it. You know what I mean? And that, to me, that's worth way more than money or anything. If I busy and it's like, oh ma, can you go do this for the dogs, or clean the dogs, or whatever, and she would do them, or you know what I mean? Or I forget to roll up the holes and I come home, she already did it for me. It's like, I liked all that. That was really nice. But then things started to change. Like, she went from being super appreciative that she no longer is waking up in the ghettos all by herself, lonely in sunflowers, to starting to like resent me and and feeling like I was like being too hard on her and too strict on her. And she started arguing with me a lot. Like, she started like telling me things like, I work hard over here, I do a lot over here. And I remember just telling her like, oh ma, I never said you don't, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know why you're acting like this. Like, I know you work hard over here, and I'm appreciative of everything you do. And then she would go with the, well, I like go visit my sisters, or I like go to the harbor, and I just like go see, I like see my mother and this and that. And then I'll try to reason with her so much. I was like, you know what, I gonna kind and don't mind me, I'm just venting right now. But if you guys still here, like, don't mind me, I'm just fucking venting right now. She wanted to go see her mothers, and then I was just like, okay, I understand you miss your mom, but I gonna bring, that's my grandma, I gonna bring grandma over here then. So that's what we did. I'd bring my grandma over here. I would like cook up some fish for everybody. My grandma loved pot cheese, you know what I mean? And I was like, go spend time. But eventually that wasn't enough, and it was to the point where she was like, I like go sleep my grandmother's house. And I was like, grandma, I've been taking care of you for 8 years, bro. And I know you as a person, like how you're an addict. It's the same pattern. Like, everything I'm saying is like so much more to it, but it's just the pattern. It's the same pattern. And I was just trying to like trying to open her eyes. Like, mom, like over here, you don't gotta worry about no bills. You don't gotta worry about nothing. You get your kids in front of you. You know what I mean? Like, eventually we can work up to you having, you know what I mean? Like, you being able to do things on your own. But you gotta understand, you just started like using your own brain. Because she kept saying that I was sober for 8 years. Like, no, you was handicapped for 8 years. Now that you've been like, you came back to normal, it's been less than a year and you're already trying to leave. And she was making all these excuses. I like go sleep over my grandma's house. Then I was just like trying to reason with her. Okay, but I'm gonna drop you off. I'm gonna call, check in. Like, she didn't like any of that. And then next thing you know, she's talking about moving out, and she's talking about like taking the girls and all that. And I was just like, ma, you gotta slow down. Everything is just too quick. Like, you don't like everything is just moving too quick. And then I asked her like, hey, can you wait 1 year? I was telling her, because my son was just born. I could use the help. I was taking care of her and both her kids. 8 years, you know what I mean? Like, me and Shyla, we gave up, especially Shyla, gave up a lot of our youth, you know what I mean? Like, 8 years is a long time, bro. Like Shyla was just a kid, and she was taking care of everybody and all of us and everybody. And I was just like, ma, can you just at least give me a year? Because my son is just born. We're taking care of your kids. We got a lot more kids. I'm trying to be somebody. I'm trying to get the YouTube videos out. I'm trying to work on the merch. I'm trying to build everything. It's kind of hard, you know what I mean? She kind of was like, okay, but then boom, back to arguing again. And it was to the point where she was like purposely creating arguments because she wanted to leave. I could already tell, like, every day she started fighting and arguing and fighting and arguing. And it was almost like a performance, like. And I already knew what it was, because you want to leave. And it was like, you want us to argue so you can get up and leave. So I seen her one day, and she was in the back, and she was kind of like, I could see she was plotting or whatever. So she brought up something silly, I forget what it was, started getting loud, started arguing, and says, I'm going to leave. So she kind of ran to the gate, and then Shyla was trying to stop her. Ma, come back. Come on, let's figure this out. And I told Shyla, like, it's all right. Just leave it. I told her, just leave it already. I'm just tired, you know what I mean? I'm tired of trying to convince this woman. And I just told Shyla, like, we're just washing our hands already. I don't want to stress about my mom. And so she left, and I was sad. I was hoping she was all right. You know, she's on I don't know where she went. I was hoping she went to my grandma's house. But I don't know, a couple weeks later, she's back with the same guy, my sister's dad. And she's calling, and she's saying that she's gonna like take the kids back. And then the kids are telling me that, you know, they like living with me. They was with me since little kids. They look at my kids like their sisters. They like the school they go to, this and that. So I told them, like, okay, then I'm gonna fight for you guys, but I just want to make sure you guys not lying to me, because my mom was constantly telling me, like, you don't know the conversations we had in the room. Like, they want to live with me, this and that. And I was just kind of telling her, like, you know, you got to show first. You know, you just got better. Like, you got to show and prove what makes it different this time, kind of thing. And so we was kind of fighting, and I was going back to all my ways, and I was telling her, like, you try to take these fucking kids, Alexia. You know what I mean? Like, back to my relationship, how it once was with my mom. Like, fuck you, whatever, fuck you too. Hang up the phone. Then Shiloh would come and call her back and like, hey, ma, I understand you like your kids, but if you try and fight us this way, then we're not going to even entertain you at all. You can do it on your own. We can go to the court system. But if you do it in a better calm manner, then we can kind of figure things out. We'll still allow you to come over, this, that, and the third. Anyway, sorry this is taking so long, but this is a very long story. But long story short, I didn't like my mom. I was mad at her. But her and Shiloh was talking. She wanted to come by, see the kids and all that. I put my pride aside. I said, let her come or whatever. She would come and drop off stuff for the kids, but she would also drop off stuff for my kids, you know what I mean, her grandkids, and obviously my mom's boyfriend, you know, he's working and all that. And I was telling him thanks too. I knew him since I was a little kid. He was with my mom for a long time, but like they're over there buying them all Crocs and stuff, and Crocs is expensive, bro. So I was just like, you know what I mean? That's pretty cool. He's stepping up to the plate. And she was doing that a lot. She was coming over for Easter. She was coming over for their birthdays. And I was still holding a grudge, but I was kind of enjoying seeing my mom with my kids or with her kids. And it just reminded me of the mom that I know the whole time growing up. You know what I mean? I washed my hands. I said, hey, whatever. I know you're still smoking cigarettes. I know you're still drinking. I'm praying you're not touching the ice. But I was just accepting her for who she was, but I still was holding a grudge or whatever. Every time she would tell me, like, hi, son, I'll just be like, oh, son. Or, like, she'll be like, oh, I love you, son. I'll just be like, oh, yeah, okay. You know what I mean? Like, or she'll try to hug me. I'll give her, like, a half-ass one. I wouldn't want to hug her. I was still upset about what was going on. But she kept coming by, and she kept showing up and doing stuff for the kids, and, like, Aubrey is like 8, 9 now, but she still would be like piggybacking her around the house, and she was just, it was nice, you know what I mean? So so after a while I kind of caved in. No water. After a while, I caved in, and I was just like, you know what I mean? I started giving, when my mom would leave, I would I would hug her bye and stuff like that. I would tell her I love you now, you know what I mean? And I just told myself I accept her for who she is. And one night I was fishing with Aubrey, and we decided to cut it short. I came back home. It was 10 o'clock, and my mom was there. I knew she was going to come by for the kids, but I didn't know she was going to be there that late. Now, prior to this, like I said, I was accepting my mom for who she was, but I found out she was going to the harbor, and she was, like, partying or whatever. And, like, I know she was smoking and drinking a little bit, but I felt like it was getting out of hand. So I brought it up again, like I always do, telling her, Ma, I heard you are going to the harbor and all that. Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Why are you doing that? Oh, I just like seeing my sisters. And I was trying to tell her, like, Grandma, you're 50 something years old, bro. Like, you gotta, like, just cut it already. You know what I mean? I was like, well, how come you over there? Oh, because my boyfriend, like, sometimes he don't let me go. And I was like, oh, does he let you go sometimes? Yeah, sometimes, but I guess not enough to what she wants. And I was like, Mom, bottom line is, when you went back into that man's life, he was doing good and all that. Oh, sorry, let me go. The reason why I brought it up, because I know she was at the harbor, I know she was partying, but she's supposed to come by. We're supposed to help her with her taxes or something to do with her housing. I forget what it was, but she said she never had gas for the car. So I knew something was up, because prior to this, they had more than enough gas. They had they was buying stuff for all the kids and all that, but now I never have gas. So I brought it up. She said, oh, my boyfriend not working right now. I said, why he not working? She said, oh, because he was looking for me. Same pattern. So like, Ma, like, he shouldn't be looking for you. You should be home. You know what I mean? So I was telling her, you step back into this man's life, like nothing. He accepts you right away, kind of thing. And, you know, he's trying to do stuff for you, but like, he's working, busting his ass. Like, you got to be there for him. It's like, put the party life away already. You know what I mean? Um, she was like, yeah, I know, but he could have called in or whatever. And I was like, Ma, it's the same pattern. It's not about him calling in. Like, you should be his peace, bro. Like, you know what I mean? There's nothing for you. There's nothing for you in the harbor already. There's like let it go already. Switch your lifestyle. Switch your mindset. But anyways, before we left, she was kind of like, oh, son, thank you for the talk. You know, sometimes I need that. I was like, yeah, no, you know, I just say that because I love you. But I was telling her, I was like, Brahma, the way that you're going with the smoking the cigarettes, because her asthma is so bad, her lungs is so black. I was saying the way that you're going is I was telling her, I think you should tell me if you like be buried or cremated. And she was like, oh boy, no talk like that. Why are you talking like that? And I was like, Brahma, this is not no joke. How much times the doctor said that, you know what I mean? Like, how much times the doctor said you got really bad lungs. At this point, when she was with her boyfriend and all that, like after she left my house, she was going to the emergency room like every week. Like they already know her for like all her information, everything. She's going every week because her asthma is so bad. She'd have to be in a hospital, and then she'll be smoking still yet. So anyways, we gave each other a hug. Love you, Ma, this and that. She took her oldest daughter. They went to the hospital. She went home. The very, very, very next day, we get on call that my mom had on cardiac arrest, and she's in the hospital. I guess she went without oxygen for like over 5 minutes. They brought her back to life with the I don't know what the fuck this is called. Well, at least I don't right now. The shocking thing or whatever, CPR. I don't know. So they brought her back to life, but now they're saying that, you know, they put her. She can't breathe on her own. She has the ventilator that's breathing for her. And she was I thought she was in a coma, but I guess they put her, I forget what it's called, but basically she's in a hospital. She's in ICU fighting for her life. And let me tell you what, any grudge you have against any of your family members, all that shit go out the door as soon as you walk in that hospital room and you see a loved one on that hospital bed just connected to all the tubes and bruh. I seen my mom like that. I just would instantly break down because I never hear myself cry like that. Like maybe since I was a kid. Like, bruh. I was just bawling. It's like, fuck, man, you gotta get out of this, bruh. Oh my god. But anyways, it's a long story. I'm just gonna go and screen record everything that I posted because my Instagram has the whole story. I'll just go post it at the end of this video. But it was a crazy roller coaster, ups and downs, hope and no hope, you know what I mean? At the time, I thought she was in a coma. I didn't understand what cardiac arrest was. I didn't understand what brain damage was. But basically, since she went without oxygen, her the brain is like the first to go. So it's one of those things where like it's permanently damaged. And the lady said there's 3 buckets. There's one where she's a vegetable, like there's nothing there. There's one where she comes out of it and everything's good, and she just can't do like any real high performance thinking like taxes or whatever. But I mean, who knows how to do that shit? And then there was a middle one where it's in between. We don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know how bad it is, this, that, and the third. So the nurses were saying that, the doctors were saying our mom is in the middle bucket. We don't know what's going on. So I was still like okay, bet, like at least it's not vegetable, you know what I mean? Like I'll figure it out if she fucking comes out of shit all, like, you know what I mean? If she comes out, wakes up and her legs doesn't work, then fuck them. I gotta push her in that wheelchair, you know what I mean? So anyways, it was constant of them taking her off sedation. Seizures and stuff was acting up. They'd have to put her back on, or take her off and then her lungs wouldn't work and she can't breathe, put her back on. It's like constantly putting her in that coma state. And long story short, her lungs started getting better, and they got it to where she was stable. So every time I seen her, she was kind of like sleeping. But when they got it to where she was stable, we would come in, and then I was like, hey, Ma, like I usually do. And then I seen her face just start crying, just like, oh, bro. I was like, oh, fuck. like she can hear the voices, you know what I mean? She understand the voices. When the nurses talk to her, she just kind of like laying there. But as soon as she hear our voices, she start crying or whatever. And then I started thinking like, oh, bro, my mom is trapped in her body, bro. She cannot move on her own. She cannot really like do anything, but she can just only cry. But so that was a lot. I go home every day. I try to do my research. I was trying to play doctors. I was talking to all the doctors and just trying to figure out what to expect. And then they were saying the brain damage, like it's like a 5% chance she's never gonna be the same, but 5% chance she'll get kind of better or whatever. I don't know. It was such a long journey, but every day I just felt so bad that my mom is in that hospital. It's like I get to come home to an uncomfortable house, uncomfortable bed, and my mom is over there just suffering in that hospital. And I'm just hoping for the best, you know what I mean? Like Shiloh over there, what she's saying too, like she's down for take mom home, because now that she was stable, like bro, as soon as she got stable, doctors is already telling us about like they gonna put her in a nursing home. But I really never like her in a nursing home because my tutu was in there and we had bad experiences with nursing homes, and I know how it goes, you know what I mean? Me and Shyla was visiting my mom like every day, and it's funny because in the beginning you see everybody, you see all the family members are all in the waiting room. As time goes by, every time you go in that waiting room, that fucker is empty. So I already knew, like, if people cannot keep up with this, there's no way people are gonna still visit my mom in the nursing home, and eventually people are gonna get on with their life and all that. So I didn't want that. So we were thinking of bringing her home to take care of her at home. But then we found out, like, bro, that's gonna be so hard, bro. That's gonna be so hard, like changing diapers and wiping ass and feeding, and but she was on so much medication and she was on so much different shots you had to take. And so me and Shiloh was like, we're gonna take the training, the nurses gonna teach us how. It's a 2-week training, and then in the meantime, after that, we can bring her home and all that. But fuck, once I found out that she's not gonna be able to live off the ventilator, because I was thinking like me and my siblings, we could fucking take turns if anything, you know what I mean? Like, come get your mom on the weekends, you go push her ass around on a wheelchair or something. But once I found out that they said she will never be able to live without the ventilator, I was like, then what's the point? She could be plugged into a wall her whole life? I was like, bro, my mom is not like that, bro. My mom is super outgoing. I mean, as soon as she got better at my house, look how fast she got up and left, you know what I mean? My mom has always been, she could never keep still. She was always out and about, always. My mom is very outgoing, bro, very outgoing. She is a very prideful, proud woman, you know what I mean? She's on proud Hawaiian. If you say this is trespassing, you cannot be here, she would yell at you, this is my aina. This is my aina. It's so funny. So I was thinking, like, my mom don't like live like this, bro. No way. All she can do is hear. Like, we was thinking maybe she'd want to hear her kids when they come home and all that, but I was like, no way, my mom like live like that. So I don't know where I'm going with this. I don't even know if I can post this, but it was the craziest fight that was going on for like a long time, bro. Like maybe a little too long. It was going on for like a month. Shiloh was so willing to take her home and all that, but I told myself, I'm not gonna let my mom's decision, and I'm not gonna let life just beat the fuck out of my woman. Like, she's already done so much for us. She's already done so much for my mom. And just having my parlor turned into a care home for my mom that doesn't even want to live like that, you know what I mean? I just couldn't really see that. It's like my kids are gonna have, you know what I mean, like, know their parlors. They're just gonna see their grandma like on the bed every day, and like all my mom could do was cry. Like, I mean, eventually I kind of got it to where she could kind of laugh a little, but she couldn't follow no commands. She couldn't blink. I was, bro, every day I was visiting her, I was like, bro, I never like feel guilty for pulling the plug. So like, mom, if you tired already, if you just if you're tired of trying, just blink, like blink or something, please. You know what I mean? Like that way it's not on me. Mom wouldn't blink. She said that she like pulled a plug. That's what mom said. But she couldn't do none of that. And I don't know. I don't even know if I'm explaining this good, but the trauma, bro, that I went through this past couple months, it's like I felt like if my mom died, then I could just kind of like move on with it. You know what I mean? Grieve, be sad, and move on with it. But it's like my mom is suffering every single day, crying every single day, and then she's still gonna die at the end. And it's like, what the fuck is going on? But you know what's cool was my friend Adam kind of gave me a new perspective, because his mom would pass away too. You know what I mean? And he was saying that he would give anything for those last moments. He never get those last moments. So instantly my perspective changed. So now when I would visit my mom, I know she can hear, I would just tell her how much I love her and all that. She would cry and all that, but I was telling her, you know what I mean? Like, thank you for everything. I love you so much. Boom, boom, boom. So now time is ticking. The doctors wants us to take them home. I'm like, I'm not ready for this. Like, this is a lot. So then I started praying a lot. Honestly, I always pray and I just give thanks. You know what I mean? I always be like, you know, thank you for my family. Thank you for my family's health. That's the main one. I always say thank you for my family's health. But I never did ask for nothing. But I started asking for like, I asked for strength. I asked for like clarity. I asked to be the anchor in the family. I asked for signs. And I remember asking for a sign. And then, bro, when I came to the hospital, I just remember my mom, bro, was nuts. Her eyes were like, oh, the fuck, it would look nuts. And she started like doing these weird crunches on the bed, like crazy kind, like back and forth over and over again. Like, was like crazy, lifting her legs up. Her legs were dangling off the floor. It was to the point the nurse said that like she was doing that like all night. The tubes, the feeding tubes, just ripping at her feeding tubes. There was fuck, bro, I had so much going on. They said they had to change her like 7 times because I guess from her moving like that, she started just shitting herself like crazy. She started getting like rash and the skin breakdown, and they couldn't find nothing to like calm her down, bro. And then it was crazy because I was like, how the fuck can you guys not figure it out? They said they could put her to sleep, but that goes against we're going recovery. And I was just like, they were saying technically she's not a harm to herself. And I was like, brother, you try to do 1 million fucking sit-ups a night. Let me see if that's not harm to yourself. And some people was thinking like maybe she's trying to wake up, but it's brain damage. And I was thinking like, if you're trying to wake up, ma, like you would stop after a while. Like bro, it was to the point her knees was all bruised up because it kept hitting the sides of the rail and all that. And it was just so hard because that's what I'm trying to tell everybody. That's what I'm trying to tell people in my household. And I'm like, where the fuck is that emergency button? You break the glass, put her to sleep a little while, and let's fucking figure out what to do. The doctors are saying like, we gotta talk to a specialist, we gotta do this, that, and the third. And I was like, how you just let this woman do these insane crunches, bro? I wish you guys seen it, because it's like it's bro, her eyes just, oh my god, like, oh, it looked nuts. But that was the sign I needed. That was the sign I needed. And I told myself, we gotta do hospice, you know what I mean? And then learning everything was crazy, because in the beginning I was like, what's the difference between taking care of her at home compared to hospice? But hospice is one of those things where they start taking her off like different medicines to keep her alive, and they start just injecting her with medicines to keep her comfortable, and eventually you go on your own. Maybe you go like in a day, some people last a couple weeks. But after those crunches and all that, I was like, I'm so sorry that I'm keeping you in this position for this long, bro. You know what I mean? I really never like be the one for put a plug on my mom, and I understand it's like miracles and all that and pray and all that, and that's what I was doing. But in this case, it's not a brain injury to where her brain can, you know what I mean, heal and get back to normal. It's one of those things where it's dead. It's like frostbite. It ain't never coming back. You know what I mean? So it was crazy. So anyways, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do hospice. But I talked to the doctors and they were saying it gets tricky because she's on a ventilator. She has to breathe on it, right? And not every hospice can do that. So they were saying like you gotta find the right ones. They found Malama Ola. They were saying luckily they can deal with the ventilator. So I said that's what we're gonna do, you know what I mean? And I had so much resistance, bro, from everybody. I don't want to get too personal with it, but I had people wanting to put her in the care home. I had people wanting to not bring my mom home, bro. That was fucking crazy. I had people saying if we bring mom home, then our parlor will look like mom's dying place, and they're never gonna. They don't like how that's gonna be. I said I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck what you think. It's not like I'm looking at it like this is a freeing place. You know what I mean? You think I like my mom to die in the hospital? Like fuck that. And those cold ass walls. And hell no. So luckily I was on the phone. Malama Ola could figure it out. The ambulance came. That was a shit show because the lady, the hospice lady, didn't. They're trying to figure out the ventilator. The air thing wasn't working. Long story short, I'm pumping my mom with the fucking air thing on her own. It was crazy. I'll show you guys everything at the end of the video. You know what I mean? At this point, I'm just rambling already. But all I gotta say is, it was the hardest thing I ever had to do in my entire life. You know what I mean? Somebody that you love, you have to go and pull the plug on them. And one side of me is like, bro, that's unfair. But the other side of me is like, this was bound to happen. You know what I mean? And I'm just, like Adam was saying, you know what I mean? He would have did anything for those last moments. I was blessed enough to come to terms before she went of what was going on. Say my last piece. My siblings got to say the last piece. So anyways, brought my mom home. And I'll just end it like this. It's a long story, but I'll just end it like this. All the resistance I was having from everybody, I just stood firm on what I wanted. I wanted my mom home. I wanted the family here. Anybody, I called over my aunties, her sisters, everybody, her mom, my grandma. If you guys want to say anything, you know what I mean? She can hear. She cannot move or nothing, but you go say your last piece. And then when come 5 o'clock, the doctor's going to pull the plug. And we set everything up. I'll show you guys at the end, but we set everything up, rearranged the whole parlor, moved out all my couches, rearranged all the cars so people could park, just everything, bro. We did everything, and brought my mom home, play all her favorite jams, the music, got the kids in and out. Then 5 o'clock came, they pulled a plug, and bro, we started bawling, bro. I was bawling tears because I was crying my fucking eyes out, my heart out, everything. And it was crazy because she could, after they pulled it, me, the doctors, we assumed that once we pulled that ventilator that's helping her breathe, she was gonna die. Because we tried earlier in the hospital for take them off, and after 5 minutes, her breathing started acting up and they put her back on. So that's what we assumed was gonna happen. And she's ended up breathing. She was breathing on her own, and she didn't actually stay alive for like 3 days or whatever. And it was nice. We set up the blow up bed out in the parlor. I got to sleep next to my mom. We played some movies and all that. It was so nice not having to drive all the way to town. And then we gotta leave at 8 o'clock. But you know how hurtful it is every time I have to close that hospital door and I get the big glass and I can just see my mom crying, and there's like nothing I could do, especially coming from somebody like me who took care of my mom almost my entire life. I felt so hopeless, but it was nice having her comfortable on the morphines and just laying next to us. And it was nice waking up in the morning, good morning, ma, you know what I mean? And but she kept holding on. And then it was crazy because we had the hospice workers come by, and they changed my whole perspective on things. They were saying that, you know, your mother is like, she's afraid to let go. She's still fighting for some reason. Either she's waiting for somebody or she's afraid. But one of the guys, brother Kurt, bro, he was solid. I like him. Kurt and Malama Ola, he was kind of like praying for her, and he was telling her, Jetty, you know, if you don't be afraid, you know what I mean? Like, you're gonna be in God's hands, and it's like, if it gets too dark on your way out and you cannot see the light, just call on his name, bro. Just call on his name, and he gonna show himself to you. And that he was saying that it's okay to let go, kind of thing. So my whole perspective after that changed, and instead of just saying I love you, mom, I started telling her, like, hey, ma, it's okay to go. You know what I mean? Like how Kurt was saying, I was saying, ma, it's okay to go. You have nothing. It's okay. And I was telling her, like, oh, I forgive you for everything. Even though at the whole time I didn't want to make it about myself. I didn't want to feel like I gotta tell her I forgive you, like, oh, I forgive. I didn't want to make it about myself, but I was telling her, like, oh, ma, I forgive you for everything. Thank you for everything you ever done for me. I love you, and if you're ready to go, then it's okay. You know what I mean? And I was outside. Shyla was cooking. She said something made her turn around. She turned around. My mom's eyes started opening, and it's the first time since she's been home that her eyes went open. So from there, she called me. She's like, "Oh, mom's eyes is opening," and then I seen her. She never have the tube anymore, right? But she still had that little piece, that thing that you connect the tubes. But she's breathing on her own now because we pulled the plug. But I could hear her breathing fast. And then I crawled in bed next to her, and I was kind of like putting my hand on her head, and I was laying next to her. I was cuddling with her, and I was just letting her know, like, okay, like, I was like, okay, I come in, and I was letting her know, like, it's okay, ma, you know what I mean? Like, it's okay to go. I love you, ma, you know what I mean? And I knew she was on her way out, and her breathing went from, and as I played her favorite song. She loves Journey by Jimmy Cliff. Journey. Oh, journey. So I had that playing on the phone, and I was just hugging her. I kissed her on the forehead. I was like, it's all right, ma, you know what I mean? You can go now. It's okay. You know what I mean? And you can hear the breathing go from to like literally calming her. And then I heard like one, and then it almost went for like maybe over 10 seconds, and then I heard one last, and from there I just knew she was gone. But it was such a crazy euphoric, it was a crazy feeling, bro. And it was like is that what you needed, ma? You know what I mean? Like, you needed that reassurance, or were you fighting that whole time? But it was crazy, bro. And then once she was gone, and then we just played like her songs on the TV, and we all kind of gathered around. It was just me, Shyla, as always. It's just me and Shyla. Her mom was actually there too, and we just was listening to songs and music. And one side of me just felt so at peace that my mom no longer suffering anymore. You know what I mean? And it was a night. It was nice. It was peaceful. It was nice. It was nice. You know what I mean? Yeah. But anyways, that's where I've been, for those of you that didn't notice. And sorry if this was so long. This is a long ass video, but I know somebody out there is probably made it to the end, or maybe want to hear it. But I just want to thank everybody, bro. I left this part out. As I'm going through this, I'm posting everything to my Instagram, and I never know how much people went through the same shit that I went through, and everybody was sharing their experiences. And a lot of people's experiences came from their family members that could talk, and all of them that could talk was saying like, please, son, like, enough already. Like, I let go of heaven already. I'm ready to go. Like, just let me go. That happened plenty times. And then had some instances where, like, somebody told me that they told their mother, like, no, you're gonna be here for your grandkids, too bad. And then end up in a nursing home and end up passing away by themselves, and how they live with regret every day because they wanted to go and they could have been there with family. But I had so much people sharing their knowledge, and I am forever grateful for that, because I took everybody's experiences and I just put it on the drawing board, figuring out, you know what I mean? And I couldn't have done this by myself, bro. I'm so thankful and grateful that I have the Get It Gang on my side, and it's like, bruh, like I don't give a fuck about numbers. Like, it does. If you look at people's numbers, followings, I don't care if you have 1 million subscribers, 1 million followers, that ain't shit unless they're like real solid. Like, if you look at me, I only get like what is it, 20,000? Was it 20,000 on Instagram? But it's 20,000 solid motherfuckers, I promise you that. Like, solid people, bro. Like, oh my brother, I made sure that I went and read almost pretty much every single message it would and respond to it. It took me like one night was like 4 hours, like just reading everybody's, bruh, so much love, so much support, so much people was helping me, telling me you gotta pray. Like, I never did pray so much before. I never did feel right asking, but this is the first time that I started asking, and I just, bruh, I had so much help. It was just unbelievable how much help I had. And the crazy thing about death is, like, if you think the death part is the hardest, is like, bruh, figuring out afterwards is so hard too, because, bruh, just for bring my mom home in ashes, not even view the body, bruh, was $4,400. And then if you like do a nice funeral and all that, bruh, it costs so much money. And I don't like asking for things, but I would ask people for help on the GoFundMe. And I started off, I just wanted 6,000, but the thing about GoFundMe is it does it to where it sees the momentum and it adjusts it for you, which is super cool. So long story short, we ended up raising $11,000, bro. And I'm so blessed and so grateful and so thankful, because now I can send my mom off the right way, bruh. You guys are gonna look at the stories, but it was so solid. I just cannot believe that, like, that I don't have like following, I have family, cuz, like, bro, that was crazy. So yeah, if anybody wants to, because we're gonna do my mom's funeral on her birthday, so it's like it's quite a while from now, but we pretty much figured out everything. But any more money left is just gonna be extras, like maybe if we want to get shirts, or you know what I mean, maybe if we want to add more to the food, or maybe get another bouncer. But everything's starting to go good. Like the GoFundMe, we went and we found this nice place in Waianae for do her funeral. That cost us $2,000. The catering cost over $3,000. It's a lot, you know what I mean? It costs a lot. But the fact that we was able to do it because of you guys, like, bro, like, that is, I am forever humbled. Like, I don't know what I could ever do to I don't know what I could ever do for pay you guys back, you know what I mean? Like, that is insane. So I'm super fucking grateful, you know what I mean? And before I end this video, I just want to like touch on one last thing. Because I think what happens in life is people, including myself, like, we don't know how to react to death. It's a big deal, and we don't know how to be there for people when that time of need. I want to give a huge shout out to my friend William Silva, bro. That was my childhood friend, and we don't really hang out as much, but when he found out what was happening with with my mom, bruh, he went shoot him over here. He never even know if I was home. I never even get to answer his call or whatever. Like, he tried to message me on Instagram, but I have so much messages, I don't always get to all of it. He just came over here. He came by, and so sorry about your mom. At this time, my mom was on hospice, but she was still breathing, huh? But bruh, he came in and he started like, oh, you get any merch? I was like, fuck, I can see what I get already made. I usually make them on demand kind of thing. I was asking what size him. He's like, oh, don't worry about it. Bro, this fucker started like buying all kinds of shit, and I was trying to give him discounts because I usually do that for my friends, and he was just like, well, no, I don't like on discount or whatever. And then the stickers too. I found one sticker pack that I was supposed to give to somebody. They never came true. So I was like, oh yeah, take this. And he was like, oh no, I don't like them for free. Fuck. He kept telling me, like, bro, Ray, so you acting weird. So he's like, how much is one? He's like, pull up your website. And then he had his calculator. And then I was trying to give him, just give me this for this. Just give me $20 for all of this. And he's like, bro, stop acting weird. Like, I know this is your livelihood. Like, I know this is how you make a way of living. You give me discounts, you only gonna break even. And bro, then he's like, let me give you some cash too. So the bill came out to like $700, and I was like, bro, I told you, so it adds up. He gave me $200 in cash, so I was like, okay, now I just need $500 in the Venmo. He ended up giving me $800 on the Venmo, so even more than what he paid for. And he was like, I just wanted to support you, Roy. So I came here for help. I wanted to give you. I wanted to drop $1,000 for help you with your model. But I know the type of person he is. I know you wasn't gonna accept them. So that's why I went and bought the merch and bro, that was so fucking solid, bro. Because in the midst of everything that's going on, every trip to the hospital is an hour from my house there. I'm spending like 2-3 hours there, an hour back. It's a lot of time out of my day. And by the time I come home, I'm just like too tired to do shit. I'm behind on merch. I'm behind on videos. I'm not even mentally ready to do the video. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to figure out, is my mom gonna die or not? Bro, everything was just crashing. Views was crashing. Money was crashing. The bills still gotta be paid. And it's like everything was just going down fucking hill. And it was so nice for my friend come over here and just drop $1,000 so I could if you went on my website, like, everything was sold out. I didn't have shit to re-up on. It was nice to have that $1,000 and able to put some hats back on the website, put some stickers back on the website, get the ball rolling, you know what I mean? So Brother Will was like, I am forever grateful for that, bro. That was so solid. And it was just quite crazy, because I never had that happen before. Like, I'm so used to, like, giving people discounts and, you know what I mean, freebies and stuff like that. So having that was super solid. So with that being said, it's like, if you guys know anybody that, like, been through some shit, or like they're, especially like, especially like what the fuck I have been through. Like, if you guys know somebody going through that, don't ask them if they need help. Hey, you need help? Like, let me know if you need help. Like, if somebody's going through their parents, their loved ones, even kids, bro. I had people on my Instagram tell me they had to the same shit I had to do. They did that with their kid, bro. Now instantly fucking wake me right up. And when I thought that my situation the worst in the world, I started imagining my kids in that bed, and I was like, you know what, maybe it's not it. Maybe my life is not as fucked as I thought it was. So if you know anybody going through that, anybody, like somebody just lost one kid, or just lost one mom or dad or sibling or friend or whatever, don't ask them if they need help. Just help. You know what I mean? If they asking for donations for GoFundMe, just fuck, even if it's just $20, just do what they ask. You know what I mean? What I love about what Shiloh's mom did was, every day for those 3 days that my mom was here, she would come over and she would cook dinner for us. But you know how huge that is? The fact that we are sad, but we don't gotta worry about dinner. Like, bro, that was awesome, bro. That was killer. I really, my mother-in-law is really special, bro. When you know what I mean? When I seen that, I was like, that, because when you're going through shit, you know, bro, you feel like empty, bro. You don't have that strength, that will to do anything. So the fact that she, like, bro, dinner is ready, the kids gonna all eat, and we don't gotta, bro, bet. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, just help somehow. Just help somehow. Even if it's like sending $20 for their GoFundMe, even if it's cooking dinner for them, anything. Like, fuck, like, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, fill up their gas, or anything helps when you're going through, like, one crisis like that. Anything would help. Don't ask if you need help, because that reminds me, if you're drowning, if you see somebody drowning and you're like, oh, let me know if you need help, like, that person obviously needs help, especially somebody like me, because I don't know how to ask for help. You know what I mean? I don't know how to ask for help. So just figure out a way that you can help. But anyways, long video. That's an update. I'm gonna have another video posted tomorrow. I already finished editing. I finally got everything situated. I got my mom's urn, beautiful urn. We got the spot for the funeral, everything. Now I can get back to regular life, get back to these videos, and yeah, life is good. God is good. I love you fuckers. Sorry about this rant. I'm gonna leave the rest of the video at the end of this video. The Instagram videos at the end, and stay tuned tomorrow for I'll start my camping vlog again. But anyways, that's the end of this rant. That's the end of this vent sesh. I love you fuckers.
Well, the years have come and the years have gone. Still the Son of Man keeps a trotting on. Journey, journey on. Yeah, from innocence. Found God again in the midst of pain and held me through it all. Thank you for being my person. Your arms wide open, helping me.
She never looked at
How much like that? She said critical thinking. Okay, so update on moms. She finally got an MRI. Yes, she got an MRI. She came back. She has some brain damage, but they said they measured in 3 buckets. One of the buckets is if the test comes back and they can tell that she's like total brain dead. No, she's never gonna wake up. Everything is just messed up. She's just a vegetable pretty much at that state. She said she's not in that bucket. The other bucket is everything is pretty good. She'll come back out of it, but she can't really do any like high critical thinking, like your taxes and stuff. She's also not in that bucket. Then there's the middle bucket, which makes it harder because we don't know exactly what parts of the brain is messed up. So I asked her what some examples, and she said it could be to where all she can do is track with her eyes. It could be to where maybe she can't eat on her own, maybe paralyzed, but she does recognize us. So it's a huge. There's so many different possibilities, right? So then after, right now is when she comes off of the medicine and she wakes up, we gotta kind of like give it time and see. Come on, grab him. Where you going? We gotta give it time. Just fuck over there. Fighting the birds. We got to give it time and we got to see exactly where she's at, right? And then after she said, say we give it time and she's not making any progress, she got to eat off the tube, and you know, it's just an uncomfortable way of living. She's gonna have to be on care 24/7. Then they were talking about options of like putting her down like comfortably, you know what I mean? It's like ways of her going out, but I guess in a comfortable way. And it was funny because the doctor kept looking at me instead of Shala. Shala's standing in front of me. But when I heard those words, I was like, I already know fucking Shala's over there. Like, what you talking about? Pull my mother away. What? I could already hear him. That was so funny. So the nurse kept just talking, or the doctor kept, what you talking about? Pull my mother away. What? I could already hear him. That was so funny. So the nurse kept just talking, or the doctor kept just talking to me. But I've had this in my brain playing like a million times. I had like all the options been going in my head a million times. I already was thinking of, oh, what if she's paralyzed? What if she, you know what I mean? Like, what if she is good, but like I gotta change her doo-doo? Like, oh, I don't know, that's a rough one. So it's all in my head. I was just thinking about a bunch of stuff. So I'm already kind of like aware of what's going on. Oh, I went through I just went through a bunch of the options, but Shiloh was over there. You could tell she was getting irritated, and she was just over there like, just letting you know, we're in it for the long haul. We're in it for the long run. We're gonna give it time. Because I even asked her, I was like, oh, like I was asking him, so if we decide, you know what I mean, she gets up and we're trying to track her progress, what is a good amount of time? Then she was saying like a couple weeks. So when Charlotte heard a couple of weeks, she was thinking like, fuck, that's not a good enough amount, you know what I mean? So I guess that's where we're at right now. So they're taking her off the medicine, and then we're eating fast kind, and then we can go back and see what's going on. My mom looked boxed out. She looked crazy. Her eyes and everything, because she started waking up a little bit, moving around. Yeah, we said bye, we was going to leave, and then she started like trying to get up and all that. It's pretty crazy. Like she looked pretty knocked out. Don't like seeing my mom like that. Her face is swollen, all the IV stuff is like, she's looking so swollen, her eyes is all swollen. But I don't know, that's life, I guess. But we're figuring it out day by day, so hopefully within the next couple of days we can figure out what is going on with her. You know, I'm hoping like she still remembers us and stuff, and then I would like her to eat and shit on her own, please. You know what I mean? But that would be the best case scenario, and then maybe the brain damage, like maybe she has Tourette's or something, you know what I mean? Fuck on, you know what I mean? Like I'll deal with that all day. That's still a good case scenario, huh? Like fuck. But we just gotta see, so we just gotta wait. But anyways, thank you guys for everything. Thank you for the prayers. Thank you for all that. I'll keep you guys updated. Okay, so update on moms. We came here yesterday, and that's the first time I seen her eyes was open, so that's kind of good. It's like lifeless. Her eyes are just kind of like open. But I came up to her, I grabbed her hand, and then I just was kind of like, "Hey ma, this Royson, love you ma." And then from there, like, bro, her face just started like squint, like, bro, she started like crying. It was nuts. And seeing her face like was like sobbing, crying, like was almost like sorry son, kind of, you know, because I've been telling her like stop the smoking, whatever. Boom. She was like full blown like crying, and the next thing you know, she's like coughing, choking on. She has that's the tubes on her mouth, and then she's like choking or coughing or whatever. The machines is going off. Boom, 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 boom. The doctors have to come in, give her the medicine, and then after she was like lifeless. But it was kind of crazy. I don't know. Because even I'm all over the place right now. My brain is so tired. I'm just like so tired. But last night, when I seen her crying, right, and know she's in there, my thoughts all night last night was like, holy shit, can you imagine being like stuck in one paralyzed body? Like, holy shit, that must suck so bad. So I couldn't really sleep, and then on top of that, just the thoughts of like what's gonna happen after this, you know what I mean, like having to take care of her and all of that. It's just like a lot right now. But yeah, I was just thinking like, fuck, imagine being stuck like that. That must suck so bad. And like, you can't tell the nurses you're uncomfortable, you can't tell them, like, you know what I mean. So there's a lot of shit going on. On the bright side, she's moving today her head was moving, so she's moving her head, and again, same thing, like the emotion in her eyes, crying, her face winces up and all that. But then we even seen her leg lift up. That was crazy, yeah. The nurse don't even see that.
The nurse, nobody's seen that yet.
Legs started coming up high and all that. So she's in there for sure, but it's like she also has so much shit wrong with her right now. Like she got like fevers, pneumonia, infections. We were supposed to take out the tube today and put it in her throat because the tube can't be down your mouth for too long. But with all those complications she's having, they said they can't do the surgery right now, so we gotta wait. So there's that. And right now they gotta put her back on the sedation because she has like seizure symptoms. So we gotta figure out her seizures. So it's just a very up and down roller coaster. Good news, bad news. Good news, bad news. And it's very tiring. It's very draining. My brain is just so exhausted right now. But anyways, rambling. I don't know. Thank you guys for everything as usual. I might not respond to this. I've been trying to respond to everybody. When you guys is sending me prayers for my mom, I literally responded to everybody. That shit took me over 2 hours, but I didn't care. I just wanted to make sure you guys knew that I appreciate it. I might not be able to do it right now. I'm so tired and drained mentally, but just know I appreciate you guys. I love you fuckers. Explain that to them.
What?
Share that monotony you just told us about.
So I was telling him, oh my god, I look crazy, huh?
Ball look crazy.
I want to do it now.
Ball look crazy. Welcome. What happened to all this? What happened to it is real. It's real. Fuck, it hurts you a lot. Boy, hurry up. We're not gonna pose it. Hell, do what I did. Hide behind the shades. Hide behind the shades. No need to ask. Smooth operator.
Okay. So
Lay down that up there.
you can't see my face.
Yeah, go. Like a short attention span.
Okay.
On the top, swag. You might as well not even fucking put the thing on there. Give it to me. I go hide my face. I'm fucking drained, but I haven't been sleeping.
Okay, so the thing about the Queen's Hospital is if you're Native Hawaiian, you get free health care, and they cannot deny you as long as you can prove that you're Native Hawaiian. When the Queen has left, she left in her will, it said all her money, or most of her money, was gonna get put into this hospital for Native Hawaiian people to have free health care. So they cannot deny you that because that's how this hospital was even built to begin with.
Heavy. That's crazy, huh?
Yeah.
So before she died, she said that's what
It was in a will.
it was in a will.
They couldn't do anything. That's why it's not like.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That's how you leave a legacy right there.
Yeah.
How is that? Imagine that. Like in my will, all my money gonna go towards my people, and they gonna have free healthcare. Oh, thank you very much. We're gonna use that. We're gonna use that. We're gonna use that hard.
Yeah. That's why so much people get mad at like Kamehameha schools too, because Kamehameha schools was,
Okay, we're not trying to battle. We'll keep it at that. That's a different conversation. One battle at a time. We're gonna fucking battle life support over here. We're not trying to battle Kamehameha schools right now.
You know I love you so. I never let you go. Wrote this song just so you know, no matter where you go, my love is true.
Been through some struggles, yes, I've been through the rough. See so many things that make a young man really tough. In life I've learned to never give up. When I was down I said I kept on looking up me.
Close your eyes and let the word paint 1,000 pictures. One good girl is worth 1,000 bitches. Bam! Bam!
You gotta find a way to make my body ache again. I'm just a cry, babe, and I'm so attached.
Cause your family misses you. Don't go away. Stay here with me. Don't go. I'll miss you every day.
So if you are leaving, ikiakuwa pumaka kai. Nui kualoha ya oe.
You're troublemaker, I am.
Do that again. Yeah, oh, you're almost there. You're almost there. Stick out your fucker. Your tongue, your tongue. Stick out your tongue like how you did earlier. You almost stick the whole thing out. You almost gonna lick your own fucking neck, man. Oh, brother. Warn me. Fucker, warn me when you're about to yawn. I was right next, my nose was next to your mouth. Fucker. Okay, you're gonna chuck flies. Close that thing real quick. Hey, your mouth stay open kind of long. Yes, sir. Ma, stick out your tongue if I'm your favorite son. Eh. No, you know, you just no kindness like that. But you would if you could, huh? I'll give you some of my mana, ma. Transfer, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi transfer, brain power. She said, "What the fuck is wrong with my son?" She said, "What the fuck is wrong with
I never
him?"
to jump to this one.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be a sober baby. Unless you was lying.
I'll love you forever, even after the stars stop shining down on me.
Sitting here in limbo, waiting for the tide to flow. Well, I'm sitting here in limbo, knowing
Sunny days wouldn't be special if it wasn't for rain. Joy wouldn't feel so good if it wasn't for pain. Death gotta be easy, cause life is hard. It'll leave you physically, mentally, and emotionally scarred.
Right? Boy! Boy! What are you doing? I don't want it to go in there. What are you doing, boy? What are you doing? Get off your grandma's bed. Get off your grandma's bed.
That's not fair.
Take your
We going, Aubrey? Ready? First time in bounce house. Here, grab him. Go, get in there, get in there. Here, get in there.
Alright, come on.
Get in there, get in there. Go, 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 go. Wait, let him get comfortable first. Go. Oh, what you? Go, stand up. Watch, go, show him something. That's all you can do. Right way. Look, Tita, look. Whee! Yeah, there it is. Don't go too close to him, he's gonna buckle and he's not gonna jump. Yeah, boy. Oh, India! Yeah. Go ahead, boy, try. Oh, yeah. Oh, ahead.
All I can do out there, memories from good, memories from good.
Fuck, my chest sore. No, my heart pumping real fast.
I'm gonna fucking knock you out.
I told her it's either this or beer, you pick one. She said, space them out. It's been an hour.
I'm coming home, I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming.
That's the chord we needed right there. Okay, cross you guys' finger, this one work. Sure. Hey, round of applause. Thank you, brother. You're floating them on the freeway. Yeah.
He actually drove 120 miles.
I'm over there waiting like, no, I just cool, like, hurry up, pass it. And then he was gonna, like, he never, like, pass me the joint, so he just threw him on the grass, so he's like,
I like showing my knees.
roasting him. Well, what happened? You talking
My
about
shorts.
all the shots. You make it doo-doo. Yeah, man.
He said, how you know?
Why are you asking?
Yeah, like it was like this. And then like
Imagine if people talking to you, don't even say nothing.
no, he does it for a long time. He says something like this. I'm like, what? He's like,
I know I've never seen in a while. I thought maybe the bracing is pushing you like, oh, like something is up with you.
Okay, but once you give it, once you got, right? Your job is done. Great job is done. You got. Yes, son. What? Why? What's the matter? I can go. You love to chill with me. Get out of your home.
They said never in my car again. They said next hospice
People are
from
crazy.
Maca- Yeah. But now on the application, sorry, we
We're
don't do
never
wine eye.
crazy.
This is the last wine eye hospice they're doing again.
That was for us in the
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
They said Honolulu is the farthest we go. Sorry.
When you go there, don't run it.
I love you.
Oh, let it out, let it out, let it out, let it out, let it out.
Look away.
Let it out, Monica, let it out where you can. What are you doing?
What else you feeling in there?
Sorry, our trains, we run kind of
I know.
We kind of bore up here.
That's fucking a mess.
We gotta use fillers.
Yeah, I don't gotta go. I promise. Charlie said, I don't need to squat either.
Wipe off the ones on your
Go, Monica, go,
Her
go.
eyebrows ain't even plucked. Right there, think of me standing eyebrows. He's standing out the marquee. She like eyebrows. She always says, I got
You gotta
go.
Wait the fuck up. I already said
Can we get one more word?
Hey, Ty, you gotta go.
You're supposed to blow. You're supposed to pull them off. You're supposed to blow.
She said, yeah, like this.
What do you mean? That's OG stuff.
Yeah, tell her, tell her. How you try your eyebrows, you don't know.
No, get ready to go outside and put some bronze. And we put some bronze with some foundation. That's ghetto. Right now, we just 80s.
What we gotta do tonight? We gotta relight them.
I gotta resharpen them, Joe. Fuck up my dip.
She sure did. You can feel that.
Look
You
the
can
dip.
feel it. You can feel the wood. You were like, I know my glasses. Material girl. Remember that she was twerking on the fence? She got stuck on the fence.
That's how I thought that she would
She
do.
was hook on her jeans. No.
She's working on the fence.
Her leggings. Oh, I got a manual. And she was stuck on the top of the fence, see that? We had to get her down. What's the entrance of her housing?
Not Miley Lana.
No, right there.
Or the satellites.
It's on the side.
What you said? Mommy should scoop all the guys.
I was chopped liver.
They came up to you, approached you, they was like, let me see. Yeah, who's that behind you? Yeah. They took your mother's shoulder.
Today, today they like know who's that, huh? Today they like know who's that.
You should lose me. Oh yeah, you lose a good thing, yeah. And we'll share tomorrow. Girl, I'll always love you forever.
Some of the stuff you went.
Good morning. How you feeling? Oh, I seen her eye twitch. Ma, how you feeling? Good morning.
I'm choking it.
I don't know what life will show me, but I know what I've seen. Tried my hand and love and friendship, but now that's past and gone. This little boy is moving on.
He was on there for her. Fun.
Yeah.
You'll fly with angels above a song. I'll be here to catch you if you.
Well, the years have come and the years have gone. Still the Son of Man keeps a trotting on. Journey, journey on. Yeah, from innocence. Never gonna let you down. Yeah, before you know, I'll be coming home. All I can do out there, memories from good, memories from good. All I can do out there, never gonna let you down.
Help bring a loving mom home to celebrate her life.
Feel like it's yeah. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna let you down. Yeah. Before you know, it's never easy to lose the ones you love.
You'll fly with angels.
Oh, before they turn off all the lights.
Well, the years have come and all I can do, all I can do out there. Sometimes we can forget what really matters in the thick of it.
All the years I spent with you.
All I can
How do I get through a night? All thinking of the day when you went away. What a life to take, what a bond to
love the people.
Mama, Mama, you know I love you. 'Cause she coming home, she's coming home. Tell the world. Oh, put him in the back seat, buckle him up, let's get it.
So I want you to know that I appreciate you. No, I'm lonely, but have no fear. 'Cause I'll be seeing you. Seeing you. Wherever I go.
Okay, I don't want to be the one that does this.
Why you never just check it out? What's up, bro? You know what I mean? Like, you come on me, like, start
Inspector.
fucking around over here.
That's what I do the best.
Okay, watch out, it's at the edge.
Okay, all right. Let's not fuck around.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, let's just leave her. Let's just put the picture back up.
This is how she processes her emotions. I'm not scared of it.
I'm not scared. Let me come up in it. Okay, no, I'm done. Officially done. I'm not even gonna try. Yep. Aha! Tis in a bag.
Oh, Joe. What's that?
That's how they tag her,
metal.
yeah.
Tags.
That's what she said. She said they won't get mixed up because they're all tagged.
Who the hell is Johnny? yeah.
I was like, you blind bitch.
I was like, don't fucking play around like that.
Shadow's already freaking out. I'm gonna
call their manager. I'm gonna shut their business down. And I'm on my way.
just reduce down to this, huh?
They're rapping over here. Oh, it's in one bag. Smell like wood, huh? Okay. Ooh. Oh, look at that. That is nice. Oh, that looks smooth.
So if you are leaving, ike akuwa pumakahua kai Nui aloha ya oe I'll love you forever Even after the stars stop shining down